my name is Ellie. I'm a physiotherapist here at Physio, and today I'll be taking you through a mat work class, full body workout. All you'll need for this class is a little ball if you've got one. If not, grab a pillow and you'll still be able to participate. If you don't have a pillow or a ball, that's alright, you can still do all the exercises without. So I'll get you started lying on your back. We're going to go through theme arcs. So lying on your back, I'm going to get you to place the ball just underneath your pelvis. So just adjust it so it's nice and comfortable. Sitting just underneath the pelvis, hands by your side. From here, you're going to inhale. As you exhale, float one leg up, and then you're going to bring the other leg up as well. So if you've got a ball, it's quite challenging on the core because you need to stay quite still and not rock as much. Otherwise, just fold up either a towel or a pillow and just place that underneath as well. So you're going to have your feet and your knees hip width apart, arms resting by your side, stay nice and strong through the core, and you're just going to lower one leg down as far as you can and bring it back up. So you want to keep a nice 90-degree angle at the knee as you lower down and come back up. We're going to go for 10 each side. So that's 3. So imagine that you've got helium balloons attached to your knees, and that helium is deflating, that balloon is deflating, and it's lowering down. So you're only lowering down as far as you can without arching that lower back. So if you can only do a little tap, that's fine. We're just going to keep nice and still and quiet through the pelvis, through the lower back. All that's moving is the leg. One more. Good, floating that leg back up. That leg's resting in tabletop, and we're going to go for 10 lowers on the other side. Keeping nice and still in the pelvis as you lift and lower the legs. You should feel your core switching on, getting nice and warm. 2 more to go. While you're in this position, join the legs together. We're going to go for 5 double leg lowers. So again, keeping nice and still and only lowering as far down as you can before that lower back starts to arch. This should be a really good exercise for your core. You should feel it nice and warm. Last one. Bring the legs back up, separate the legs, and then float one down at a time. Alright, from here we're going to go into our pelvic clock. So keeping the ball underneath your pelvis, or the rolled up towel, you can pop a foam roller underneath, whatever you're comfortable with. You can either have your hands on your hip bones or resting on your sides, and we're going to roll back and forth between 12 and 6. So if you imagine a clock, up towards your belly button is 12, and then rocking down towards 6, or towards that pubic bone. Rolling up to 12 towards your belly button, and down to 6 towards that pubic bone. So as you roll to 12, you should feel that your lower back flattens. And as you roll to 6, you should be getting a nice arch through the lower back. Really allow your pelvis to lead this movement, so keep nice and quiet through the legs. Just let the pelvis take the reins as you rock back and forth. Let's go for 5 more there. 4. 3. 2. Good. Alright, this time we're going to go between 3 and 9. So I want you to imagine that you've got 2 strings attached to each hip bone. And it's almost like you're a puppet, and one string is being pulled up as that hip comes up towards the ceiling as the other one lowers. And then you're going to swap. You're going to pull up the string from the other hip bone. One drops, one rises to the ceiling. Almost like that seesaw action. So you're just rocking side to side. Again, initiating that movement from the pelvis. Try and keep the legs as stable as you can. So you're massaging left and right over that pelvis. Should feel really nice and comfortable, this one. Let's go for 3 more. The last one. And relaxing there. This time we're going to go for the full clock. So imagining that ball or that pillow underneath your pelvis is pizza dough. And you want to knead out that pizza dough into a large circle. So you're really going the full way around from 12, 3, 6 to 9. Massaging out that lower back, that pelvis. Getting really nice movement through there. Bringing out that inner Shakira. Again, keeping nice and quiet as much as you can through the legs. Just letting the pelvis lead the way. Let's go for 2 more full circles this way. Good, now we're going to reverse it. So one way might feel a lot more easy or a lot more comfortable. This way for me is a lot more clunky. So really take that time to really emphasize each movement. The more you do, the more seamless it will become, the more comfortable it becomes and easy. Imagining that pizza dough, you're trying to knead it out into a nice big circle, nice big base. You want all sides nice and equal. Let's go for 1 more big circle. Good, and we're sitting there. Alright, from here we're going to be going into a shoulder bridge. So, removing the ball out from underneath, hands are by your side, feet flat on the floor, back hip width apart. So, with the shoulder bridge, it's a little bit harder than the normal bridge that we do. So it's the same start in the sense that you rock your pelvis up to your belly button. Keep that rock as you peel up 1 vertebrae at a time, resting as high as you can. Now there's 2 hand positions. You can either interlace the hand and have it resting underneath, or you can do a little bit of a shuffle if you need, and have the hands resting underneath the hips. From here, you're going to float one leg up, extend the toes to the ceiling. You're going to exhale as you lower down, inhale as you bring back up. We're going to go for 5. Bend the knee, float it back down, remove your hands, go heavy through the chest, and roll back down 1 segment at a time. Alright, get yourself nice and comfortable here. We're going to swap legs this time. So inhale to prepare at the bottom. Exhale, roll the pelvis up towards your belly button, lifting up into that bridge. Place your hands underneath your pelvis or just underneath. Float the leg up. Inhale to straighten and point your toes to the ceiling. You've got 5 leg lowers. 1, 3, 4, and 5. Float the leg up, bend the knee, and bring it back down. Remove your hands, and then come back down through the bridge, resting on the floor. Alright, this time we're going to be going into our chest lift. So you should all know the chest lift by now. If you've got the ball or the pillow, place it just between your shoulder blades. And with this exercise, you might need to be doing a bit of adjusting as you feel through the chest lift to see what's comfortable in terms of positioning of the ball. So, ball is between your shoulder blades, interlace the hands behind the neck, and arching back so that you're resting on the mat. You're going to bring your elbows into your peripheral vision. Take a nice deep breath in here. Really allow the lungs to expand at the bottom. Breathing out, the ball is going to help you peel the head, neck and shoulders up. Breathe in, reach the arms long overhead, back behind your thighs. Breathe out, peel yourself up that little bit more. Hold it there, breathe in, reach the arms back behind head, and then lower back down. So depending how that felt, you may need a little bit of adjusting through the ball, just so that it's helping you in that chest lift position. Let's try that again. Breathing in at the bottom, breathe out, peel the head, neck and shoulders up. Breathe in, reach the arms long behind your legs. Breathe out, come up a little bit more. Breathe in, reach the arms long back behind your head. Breathe out, lower back down. We're going to go for 6 here, so that's 2, 4 to go. Breathe in, breathing out, coming up into that chest lift. Breathe in, reach the arms long. Breathe out, peel yourself up that bit more. Breathe in here. Breathe out, come back down. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathing out. Last one. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out, peel the head, neck and shoulders up. Breathe in, reach the arms back, overhead, behind the thighs. Breathe out, peel yourself up that bit more. Breathe in, bring the arms back overhead. Breathing out to lower back down. And have a rest there. Really allow yourself to really stretch out through the back. Taking some nice deep breaths in to get a bit more mobility. Alright, from here we're going to go into the assisted roll-up. So, removing the ball. With the assisted roll-up, you're going to float your legs up into tabletop. You're going to place your hands behind your thighs. You're going to come up into a chest lift. So breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out as you peel the head, neck and shoulders up. Keep peeling up as much as you can. Bring your hands out wide into that ballroom dancing position. Push your thighs into your hands, keeping that curl. Once you get up to sitting, stack yourself up nice and tall. From here, I want you to start by scooping through the lower abdominals first. So think about that pelvic clock movement, allowing yourself to roll from the pelvis first. So you're sitting up nice and tall, scoop through your lower abdominals, rolling out the pelvis, roll, roll, roll. You may need to squeeze your bottom that little bit more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you roll back down. So it should be a nice fluid motion as you roll down. So you shouldn't be flopping down. So we'll go through that one again. So your hands are behind your thighs. Your legs are up into tabletop position. You're going to breathe in at the bottom to prepare. As you breathe out, come up into that chest lift. So head, neck and shoulders peel up. How far can you peel up? Widen the elbows into that ballroom dancing position. Push the thighs into your hands. Keep the scoop. Come up to sit tall. looking forward. Tuck your chin in, almost make a double chin. The only thing that moves is the pelvis. The rest of the body stays nice and straight. Scoop through the pelvis. Squeeze your bottom as you allow yourself to roll back down to resting on the floor. Alright, let's go again. Breathing in at the bottom. Breathe out, peel the head, neck and shoulders up. Ballroom dancing arms. Push the legs into the hands. Roll up nice and smoothly. Come forward, sitting up nice and tall. Chin tuck in. Scoop through the lower abdominals. Squeeze your bottom. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Rolling back down. Alright, let's go for 2 more. Breathing in. Breathe out. Ballroom dancing arms, come wide, push the legs into them. Rolling up. Scooping, sitting up nice and tall. Tuck the chin in. Rolling through the pelvis, scoop the pelvis, scoop, scoop, scoop. Slide the legs back, keep that scoop in the lower abdominals. Rounding through the back as you roll down. Let's go for 1 more. Good, and then bringing in your knees to hug your chest. Alright, from here we're going to be taking that same movement into rolling. So, we're going to do 1 more roll up, assisted roll up. So, coming up into that sitting position. From here, I'm going to get you resting just behind your sit bones. So if you sit up tall, you're sitting on your sit bones. If you rock back, I want you balancing just off the sit bones. You're going to have your legs together and you can either interlace the hands on the shins or just hold 1 shin each. If you've got your ball, this is a great way to pop in between your tummy and your legs to keep yourself nice and rounded, because with rolling we want to keep that rounded, almost like we're a beach ball rolling through the sand. So we want to be nice and rounded through our body. So the ball or a pillow or a towel is a great way to keep that nice curve through your spine. So have the ball in between your tummy and your thighs, hands resting on your shins, and you're sitting or balancing just behind the sit bones. Your eye gaze is going to be looking down at the ball or the pillow that's resting between your stomach. You're going to keep that nice rounded position. As you breathe in, you're going to roll back just to your shoulder blades. So we don't want the head hitting the floor, just touching the floor is fine. And then you're going to take a big breath out to help yourself back up. So you're in a nice beach ball shape. You've got a nice curve through your lower back. You breathe in to lower. Breathing out to come back up. Let's go again. Good. So with my hands, my elbows aren't resting by my sides. I'm in that nice ballroom dancing position with my arms. So elbows out wide. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Keep that nice scoop through the lower abdominals. Let's go for 1 more here. Good, resting the feet back on the floor. Alright, from here we're going to go onto our stomach, into our prone press up. So if you've got the ball, you're going to place the ball just underneath the sternum or the breastbone, just at your rib cage. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first. It's a great stretch for your diaphragm to open that up. So you're you're going to be lying on your stomach, ball underneath. If you don't have the ball, you can go without. Nose is just hovering off of the mat. Hands on either side of your shoulders and your legs are outstretched nice and long. Your arms are in that grasshopper leg position, so elbows are facing your feet. You're going to imagine that there's a marble rolling from underneath your nose to the wall in front of you. You're going to follow that marble along with your nose, pushing up through your hands until you're resting just on your lower ribs. And then follow that marble back down underneath your nose. We're going to go for 10 of these. So if you've been working at home through lockdown, this is a great one for you just to get a bit more mobility through the upper back. Following that marble along as you push up from the mat and coming back down. Really stay nice and relaxed through your legs. Your arm and your upper back should be doing all the work for you. Halfway through, you've got 5 to go. Breathing pattern doesn't matter so much for this one, so you can breathe in or out as you push up, whatever is comfortable for you with this one. We've got 2 more to go, pushing up through the mat. Just coming up to those lower ribs. The last one. Coming up and then resting back down. Alright, from here we're going to go to dart. So, removing the ball from underneath position. So at this time, bring the hands long behind you. You can either have palms up or face down. The nose is hovering just off of the mat. You're going to imagine that marble and you're rolling that marble along to the wall in front of you, lifting up just to the lower ribs. Bring the hands up, bring them back down and roll back down. Let's go again. Following that marble, rolling along to the wall in front of you, coming up to rest just on the lower ribs, lift the arms up, bring them back down and come back down to rest. This time we're going to add in some pulses with the arms. So they're going to pulse up, down, up, down. I want you to imagine that you're in water and you're really trying to paddle through that water and it's really thick and heavy and it's really tough to push through. So you get a bit more activation through the back and into the arms. We're going to go for 50 pulses. If you need to have a break in between, have a break. But we're going to go for full 50 altogether. Alright, so coming up into that chest lift, that prone press up. Bringing the hands up, we're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the hands, rolling back down and taking a rest there. Alright, from here we're going to go into swimming. So with this one you're going to bring the hands overhead. If you need to go a bit wider, if you've got any shoulder issues, that's fine. Reaching the arms nice and long, try and reach the wall that's in front of you. Then you're going to reach the legs long, try and reach the wall behind you. So you're getting a lot of length from fingertips to toes. You're going to hover your head off of the mat. You're going to come up into almost a little prone press up. So you're just lifting the top few ribs off of the mat. We're going to go opposite arm to opposite leg. So right arm, left leg lift. Come back down. Left arm, right leg lift. Come back down. Let's go for a few of those at that pace. Lifting and lowering those arms and legs just off of your mat. Keeping the nose hovering off. Just at your own time, just lifting and lowering. as if you're swimming through water. And then resting there. We're going to up the pace with this one. We're going to go for 10 alternating pulses. Alright, so let's start with right hand. We'll start with right hand, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower back down. Have a rest. We're going to go for another 10. Take a breath in. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Resting back down. We've got one more round of 10. Take a big breath in. And breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower back down. Take a break. Alright, from here, we're going to go into a kneeling side kick. So, I'll get you kneeling up like so. You're going to bring your right leg out long. Left arm falls down just underneath your shoulder. Now, from here into your left hip, I want you to push that hip out straight. So you should be getting a nice stretch to the front of the leg. Your head should be nice and in line with your body, not looking down, not looking up. Your top hand can be resting on the top of your hip. From here, you're going to lift the top leg and lower. We're going to go for 10 pulses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Resting back down. Take a breath there. You should be feeling it on the bottom. That's stabilizing. And also on the bottom of the top leg. So you're getting a double whammy of workout in the glutes. Alright, we're going to go for another 10 pulses. So ready, breathing in and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the leg back down. Come up into kneeling. Swap sides. Left leg comes long. Right hand down on the mat. Pushing through your right hip, so drive that hip forward to get that nice stretch to the front of the hip. Head looking nice and long forward. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting down. Alright, have a breather here. Adjust if you need to. We've got another 10. Ready? Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming back up. Alright, from here we're going to go into a leg pull front. So, I'll get you starting in your quadruped. So, knees resting under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. I want you to slide right leg out, tuck the toes under, slide left leg out, tuck the toes under, and you're in a high plank position. From here, you're going to keep the pelvis nice and stable, lift the right leg up, lower back down, swapping to the left side, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. We're going for 5 each side, so this is 4, 4, last round, 5, and 5. Bring the legs down, and come back into child's pose, nice big stretch out for me. Take some nice big breaths in at that child pose. Alright, when you're ready, coming up, sitting tall. From here, sitting on your bottom nice and long. If you've got tight hamstrings, you can prop yourself up on a couple towels or soft bend in the knees. You want your feet about mat width apart and you want to grow tall. So I want you sitting up nice and tall as if someone's pulling you up. Your arms are going to come out to either side. You're going to breathe in here. As you breathe out, twist Bring the left hand to the right ankle, and your eye gaze is following your hand that's pointing to the wall behind you. Breathe in to come back to center. And then you're going to breathe out, bringing the right hand to your left ankle, watching your left hand behind you. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's go for one more each side. Coming back in. Alright, from here we're going to go into our teaser. So with the teaser, your legs are nice and long, arms are going to be arching overhead. From here, you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the hands to ceiling. Come up into a chest lift, bring the legs up. Curl down through the pelvis, and then lower the hands and legs. So breathing in, as you breathe out, hands come to ceiling, coming up into that chest lift, lift the legs, roll down through the lower back first, and then rest the arms back overhead. Let's go for 3 more. Last one. Good job. Alright, from here, we've got 2 more exercises to go. So we're going to go into our scissors and bicycle. So with this one, you're going to go into our rollover. So float one leg up into tabletop, bring the other, legs point to the ceiling, rolling over, place the hands behind the pelvis, and then allow the legs to sink back down. Alright, with the scissors, one leg comes straight towards your head, the other points to the ceiling. Breathe in, as you breathe out, swap. Breathe in, swap. Alright, we're going to go into bicycle. So, one leg comes straight. As you arch that left leg back behind, it's going to bend. You're going to swap. It's going to straighten as it comes to your head. And you're going to imagine that you're pedaling on a bicycle. Imagine that you're trying to swim through water. So you want to really be pushing through that water as you're pedaling. Last one. Bring the legs back together overhead and slowly roll yourself back down. Alright, to finish, we're going to finish with our typical standing roll down. So finding a wall that you can stand next to, or if you've got the long foam roller, standing next to the foam roller. So you've got the wall behind you or the foam roller, resting, feet about hip width apart. From here, nod the head, looking down towards your feet. And you're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Hang out here, rock side to side. Let the arms go long, and then rolling back up from the pelvis first, through the lower back, through the mid back, up through the neck, looking back forward. Let's go for one more. Breathe in, breathe out, nod the head. Then curl through the upper back, through the mid back. Roll the pelvis. Alright, grab hold of each elbow. You're going to rock back and forth, side to side. Get a nice stretch through that lower back. Let the hands hang long. And then rolling up from the pelvis.